Hello, everyone. Welcome to. Hold on, make sure audio is working. Oh, desktop audio isn't on. I need my music. I need the music in the background. Welcome, everyone, to the first Chaturday. Not only the first Chaturday in 2025, but also the first Chaturday in, I think, over 2 months. It's been a long time since I've done a Chaturday. It's been about 2 months. It's good to be back. It's good to, let me, hold on, sorry, I gotta open this up. Just open that. Okay. But yeah, it's good to be doing Chaturdays again. I don't want to say it'll be every week, because I already know they won't. But, I am pretty dang certain that we're gonna have a good time, anytime I do a Chaturday, no matter when, no matter how often it happens. I just quickly gotta do something. So some quick announcements. Before I get into things, before I start reading chat and getting too involved, where I'm gonna forget to say things. Hold on. Firstly, I do have a sad announcement that will lead to a good announcement. Firstly, I will not be attending PAX East this year. I know that, not that really that I met a lot of people at PAX East anyways, I'm going to be away for PAX, around that PAX East. There's something in my glasses that's kind of distracting me. But yeah, I'm going to be away during PAX East time. Let me see. I'm going to be away during PAX East time, seeing family. That's actually when I'm going to be holding my England trip this year. I'm going to be away in England for that week, or for when PAX East is happening. So unfortunately, I will not be able to attend PAX East, but I'm going to say there's like a 75% chance that I'm going to be attending too many games. Because last year I didn't get to attend too many games because of the fact that I was in England. And I think I'll most likely be able to attend this year. I gotta talk to writers. I don't know if we're gonna do a panel again this year. I don't know. I think Clark might have mentioned wanting to do like a Mario Party panel, which I think would be a really sick idea. Actually, I probably should message him about that soon. So yeah, so no PAX East for me. But too many games is a possible maybe. That's about it, really. That's about it in terms of things that I'm doing. Okay, so let me see. Let me catch up on chat here. Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Hey, My64. Hey, Pikachu Lover. Show up way late. Hey, Strat. Hey, Albin. Hey, Sneeful. I think that's everyone. Oh, nope. Hey, Luz. How you doing? Is it Luz or Luz? I think it'll be Luz. But either way, hello, and welcome to the stream. So today, because of the fact that I haven't done a Chaturday in a while, I really just wanted to catch up. Obviously, we're going to be talking a lot about, like, upcoming game stuff. I will say just a little minor disclaimer. Now, you guys know me. I always, like, poke fun at leaks and be like, oh, like, leaks, a lot of the leaks YouTubers cover are ridiculous. All these leaks that we're seeing for the Nintendo Switch 2 just seem legitimate. These are proper leaks. Things are actually really leaking out there. And because of the fact that now, I kind of, I guess, have a working relationship with Nintendo, given that, like, they have now invited me to press events, or not, to a press event, and gave me a review copy for a game. I want to stay on Nintendo's good graces. So that's not to say that I won't talk about some certain Switch 2 information that has leaked, but I won't show anything, like, on screen that is Switch 2 related. I won't go too far into it to where, like, where I'm pulling up names and reference. Like, I'll talk about the Switch 2 stuff loosely, because I want to stay on Nintendo's good side, and I know you guys will understand. I know you guys will understand that I don't want to get on Nintendo's bad side. Not that I'm concerned that Nintendo ninjas will come after me. I just want to be able to be invited to more Nintendo events so that I can do more videos like the Mario and Luigi one I did a couple months back. So keep that in mind. I'm going to keep Nintendo Switch 2 specific stuff to a very baseline, what, you know, is being rumbled around, you know, and just talk about it rather than actually showing anything that could get me in trouble. So there's that. I mean, there's already been rumors that a company that is leaking out Switch 2 stuff has been approached by lawyers. So, you know, I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole. So there's that. That's all I'll say on that. Let's see. This is Connor, but change my username. Okay, got you. I did something for you. Want to know what it is? Go for it, Brandon. What did you do? Nintendo responds, all that stuff was unofficial. Anyways, they have. I did see that Nintendo responded that it's unofficial, but I'll be honest, I don't quite believe them. The main reason, okay, here's something you have to know, and this is like, you know, just in general. Of course, Nintendo is going to come out and say it's unofficial. Of course, Nintendo is going to say, like, oh, this isn't what, you know, this isn't it. Like, you know, don't look over here. Of course they're going to say that. They're not going to confirm the existence of the Switch. If there wasn't any credibility to all the stuff we've been seeing, then Nintendo probably wouldn't have even responded at all. Nintendo wouldn't have done anything because what would the point be? Like, if anything, it would be good if this wasn't, you know, for the company, or for Nintendo, if this stuff wasn't legitimate, because it would just, like, catch all of us by surprise more. Not saying that there's things, like, you know, that couldn't surprise us, but I feel like the ultimate problem is, and this is the problem, or this is going back to reports that we heard last year, I think a lot of this stuff as to companies showing off Switch 2 peripherals and things getting out like they are is because of the fact of what we heard last year that I think might be true, is that the Switch 2 got delayed. And I feel like it was probably supposed to be out earlier than we are getting it now. But Nintendo, you know, because they had to push the console back, I'm assuming manufacturers have had more time with certain things. So, listen, I don't know. I don't plan to be a, like, you know. Is this Luigi's Mansion? What the heck is this? Oh, this is Mario Sunshine, isn't it, actually? 818. Oh, it's big, yeah, bigger heart, Mario Sunshine, yeah. I was gonna say, I was like, but yeah. Let's see here. Honestly wondering when the Switch 2 will be revealed. I'll talk about that in a little bit because there's a date circulating around. There's a date circulating. There's a date circulating, and I don't quite know if I believe it. Nintendo wants the attention on them. I just used Nintendo Prime to have it as Nintendo Bites Pod. As he plans to watch the content of it, and he may reach out to you in the future via the podcast. But yes, get gums. Ooh, that'd be cool. Hopefully, I mean, I'm not that I would deny to be on his podcast, because, like, you know, of course the exposure's good. But I hope he doesn't see some of the tweets I've said about him. Oof, that'd be kind of rough. Wonder how many copies Donkey Kong Country Returns HD will sell. I don't think it's gonna. See, you know, I'll use that as an example for a quick point here about the Switch 2. The date, January 17th, is being thrown around for the Switch 2 reveal. And I'm not going to say that it's impossible. I'm not going to say that, like, they can't do it. But I find it very weird that Nintendo would announce their new console one day after releasing a new game. Well, new game, you know what I mean? Like, one day after releasing a game, Nintendo's like, oh, by the way, here's the freaking new console. Let's take all the attention away from the game that we're trying to sell and market. Here's the new console that you guys are going to have to get in, like, a couple months. I just don't know. Because, like, the date that's going around is January 17th for supposedly when people... To be fair, though, people were going around saying the 8th was a big one a couple days ago that people were saying, but now apparently it's the 17th. So it's like, you know, okay, yeah, keep pushing the goalpost farther back, you know, until you actually get it right, you know? But something about the 17th, I'm down to be proven wrong, but, like, it just seems weird to me that they would announce a new console, like, right, like, immediately after a new game gets released. Again, like, new is a stretch, obviously, it's a remaster, but you know what I mean. Like, after they release a game, one day after, to be like, okay, here's a new console. You know, it seems a bit weird to me. Like, I never thought it made sense to reveal the new Switch before Donkey Kong Country Returns HD came out. Like, it would just, the Switch 2 news would just overshadow that game to death. Like, not that no one would buy it, but like, oh my god, no one would be talking about it. Everyone would be talking about the Switch 2. But I feel like if they announce it literally the day after that game comes out, it would almost kind of be the same problem. Like, they just released this game, and now it's, like, all overshadowed by Switch. I mean, granted, it's overshadowed now by Switch 2 talk, but even still, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. Let's see. No worries, PT Fanboy. Don't apologize for being late. It's all good. I don't expect everyone to always be here on time. It's not like a meeting. It's not like school or work. How much do you want the Switch 2 to cost? I say the price point I think I kind of want it to be at is $400, which, you know, some people are like, oh, why not $300? I'd rather it cost $100 more if it means that it just got $100 more of a premium feel to it. You know, the console feels like less cheap. The Joy-Cons don't feel as flimsy. The screen is nicer. The battery lasts longer. There's more power inside it. It can do more. I'd rather pay that $100 extra over the $300 price point that Nintendo usually puts their consoles at. I'd rather pay that just to get some good extra stuff in it. Like, I'd rather pay that, like, extra fee just to get that, to be honest. Especially, like, if it's backwards compatible. Like, imagine being able to play your games on a bigger screen, a nicer screen, have them be upscalable, and have them look really nice, you know, like, so you can play your whole backlog, and all of these new games, and all looks really nice. There's, you know, it's, obviously, the Switch 2, let's be real, it's not going to be as powerful as the modern consoles. We know it's not. But if it can run Xbox One and PS4 level games, that's still a bunch of stuff that can be brought over from last gen that I feel like would do great on the Switch. I mean, we're already seeing reports and rumors about different games like Halo the Master Chief Collection I saw. That would be a big one for me. I love Halo. I absolutely love Halo. And if you can play every Halo game, well, I think Halo Master Chief Collection is 1, 2, 3, Reach, and 4, I think. So that's 5 games. Being able to play all of those on the Switch would be sick. And if they had like some sort of like a cross-platform play thing to where you can play Halo against players on Xbox and PC, like the online multiplayer, like that would be a huge acquisition for Nintendo. And if Call of Duty starts coming to Nintendo, like I feel like third parties. Here's the thing, right? I feel like third parties are going to be important for Nintendo. And Nintendo have even said so themselves. They said they want to work more with third-party companies. And I think if they get a lot of bigger third-party games, as well as obviously their strong first-party lineup, and I think personally, the Nintendo Switch 2 should be comparable, should be close to the Steam Deck in terms of what it can kind of do. And I'm really hoping that's the case, because the Steam Deck has a lot of limitations as well. The Steam Deck is great. The Steam Deck can run some games pretty dang well, but it has its limitations. And I feel like if Nintendo really make a good competitor to the Steam Deck, that's lighter, that's thinner, that's smaller. Well, I don't think it's that much smaller from what we're seeing, but, you know, but has all those great classic Nintendo games on it, plus some great third-party support, I think the Switch 2 can do really, really well. And we're just going to have to wait and see, obviously. We're just going to have to wait and see, but we'll see. Let's see, a bit over 1 million. Yeah. Peachy, how much did or how many copies did Tropical Freeze sell? With the release of the expansion pack, I think it'll be where the week of the 20th, 25th. I could see that. One thing I do fear a bit. About you being on the 10 of my podcast, it most certainly gain thousands of subscribers. It might mean your Chaturdays will be so much more filled with people and be much harder to ask you questions. I mean, hey, listen, I struggle. I got 14 people watching right now. I already struggle keeping up with chat. I always struggle keeping up with chat because I try to answer every single question and like I always go on my little tangents to go in depth. So I don't know. I don't see myself. I mean, I'd be happy to get to 10,000 subscribers soon enough. March 10th to 30th could be a good announcement time. You don't think it's gonna be announced until March? Ooh, I don't think. I think honestly, I think February would be the latest because February there's no games coming out. I mean, if there was a game coming out in February, we know about it by now. They're not gonna announce something and release it next month. So I think February. I mean, February does make sense too for them to announce it because, like I said, there's nothing coming out in February. So anytime in February makes sense. But I don't think they do it in March. I think they would do it in February, like early February, let's say. Market it, let the hype die down a little bit. You know, people know the system is. It'll obviously, people be excited for it, but it won't be like now where people are like foaming at the mouth. And then obviously in March, Xenoblade will come out, whatever. And then like in April or May, whenever, the Switch 2 will come out. I heard some people saying that they think it might come out in March. And that would kind of replicate it. I mean, that'd basically be replicating what Nintendo did with the Switch, except for the fact that the Switch was announced originally in October, and it got like a full showcase in January, and then released in March. So I don't know if Nintendo would want such a short marketing time for the system, especially because, I mean, to be fair, the hype and speculation and everything for the Nintendo Switch 2, I think is 10 times higher than it was for the Switch 1. I mean, I wasn't as involved in it when the Switch 1 was getting, you know, the build-up. You know, obviously, people were talking about the Nintendo NX, and there was like, a lot of chatter and, like, the rumors of a dockable. Like, we knew of the rumors, but, like, this is 10 times more than what it was back then. So the anticipation and the hype is way higher now than it was 7 years ago, or 8 years ago now. Jeez, 8 years ago. So, I wanted to know now because the leaks are so lame. That's the thing. Here's the thing with the leaks, right? I'm to the point with the leaks. I'm gonna be honest. The leaks, like what we have seen of the leaks, for the most part, is stuff that I feel like we all could have guessed, right? Like think about it. It's a bigger, more powerful Switch. It's still got Joy-Cons, even though it's got the magnetic thing, which really, in the grand scheme of things, isn't, like, mind-blowing. The main thing I don't want to leak, the main thing I want to be surprised about, is the interface, like the UI and all of that, and the games. Those are the things where I'm like, if those start leaking out, that's where I'm going to start getting deflated. Because, like, the console, it's like, well, if it's a Switch 2, it's going to be a Switch, just more powerful and maybe some like little differences to it to differentiate it from the Switch 1. Like, that in itself, in my opinion, isn't that interesting. Really. It's the specifics about what will make this system unique from a software standpoint that I'm personally more excited for. Like, yes, a more powerful Switch, great. 100% needed. But it's the other things too, like the home screen, actually being able to customize it. We don't know anything about that, at least as far as I know. We don't know anything about that yet. Any revamps to the eShop, any, you know, the games, obviously, what Nintendo's planning on doing. Those are the things I'm more excited about because they're different, and I'm glad they haven't leaked, and I hope they don't leak. Just simply because, like I said, I want all that to be a surprise. Like, if we had none of these leaks, and the Switch 2 had its reveal trailer, I would have been like, okay, yeah, this is another Switch, with some cool little added bells and whistles. Yeah, it's a new Switch, what about the games? That's how I would have reacted. So for me, all of these leaks about how the Switch 2 looks, how it's bigger, how the Joy-Con's a little bit bigger, how it's got like an extra button, doesn't really do that much for me. Because it's like, okay, like, we could have guessed that. Like, it took the weaknesses from the Switch, like with the Joy-Cons, right? where the release button was really small and awkward to use. The stick drift, obviously. So that stuff doesn't really excite me at all. It's the games. So as long as that stuff, like I said, stays hidden, stays not leaked until Nintendo actually says something, then I don't really care that much about the leaks. Do you think they'll make Mario? Do you think they'll make WarioWare a tech demo game? They could. I mean, well, WarioWare Move It, I mean, came out about a year ago. I don't know if they'd release another one that soon. Honestly, like, a lot of people think the Switch 2 will be as powerful as PS4 Pro, and the Switch 1 as powerful as the base PS4. I don't think the Switch 1 is as powerful as the base PS4. I think it's more along the lines of, like, I feel like it's more so in between, like, the PS3 and the PS4. Not quite being PS4 level, but still being a little more powerful than the PS3. But I do still think it could be as powerful as, like, the PS4 Pro. It's possible. I just don't think it'd be anywhere near, like, honestly, nowhere near PS5 or Xbox Series X. And I'd say not even, like, the Xbox Series S, which is, like, a step below. But we'll see. This one's like a PS3, yeah. It's like PS3 to PS4. I'd say it's, like, slightly more powerful than a PS3. But, like, not by, like, a whole big margin. It's better than the powerful of PS5. At least a good milligram to stand for price than Shuki's. I mean, the more power, the better, right? It gives third parties more room to work with. But I feel like the thing is, with third parties, is that they go where the money is, right? So if there's money to be had with the Switch 2, they're gonna make something work. Like, you see third-party companies on the Switch. Now, granted, some had better results than others. But you saw companies on the Switch, or third-party companies on the Switch, make games. Like, you saw them make... I mean, there's countless third-party games on the Switch. I can go in all of them. Like, Final Fantasy made it to the Switch. Skyrim. We got freaking Persona games. We got most of everything. Rockstar even came around with freaking... What? I think the first Red Dead Redemption maybe got on there. Freaking Payday made it on the Switch. The Grand Theft Auto trilogy. Like... You know, third party started coming around, so I feel like as long as it's not super underpowered, which, I mean, to be honest, the Switch was super underpowered even for the time it came out. I think third party companies, if the money's there, if they think that they can make money from a game, you know, to sell it on a Nintendo console, they're gonna do it. I mean, yes, there will be limitations. But then that's the whole thing, right? Like, with the Nintendo, well, guess what? You can take it on the go, you know, take it on the go or play it on the TV. That's the Nintendo perk of it all, you know? So it's like, you know, there's pros and there's cons. Or I guess there's joys and there's cons. Hey, Squid Kid, what would you make the most... Wait. What would you be the most happiest to get? Money, experiences, or presents? Ooh. Money, experience, or presents? Well, okay. I'm gonna answer money, because with money, I could get experiences and presents for myself. Like, because for me, experiences is traveling, right? So, well, money, I can travel with money. If I have money, I can travel. And if I have money, I can get myself little gifts. So I'd say money, just because I can get the other two with money. Top of you sold 2 million on the Wii U, and Switch sold over 4 million according to a site. Okay. So off topic, Zach, before you had a slightly higher sub count than me, and I finally surpassed you. I by myself, sorry, I wasn't trying to come bragging. No, it's cool. I'm glad your channel's doing well. March is too early if they announced it a month or two ago. Yeah, March is kind of, you know, like, a little too soon for me. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on chat, everyone. I feel like I'm way behind. I'm sorry. Hi, Ash. How you doing? Wonder what the Switch 2 commercials will be like. I feel like they're going to kind of keep it in line to what the Switch 1 also did. Keep it, like, kind of casual. Like, Switch 1 commercials were very, like, focused on the family aspect, but not as much as, like, the Wii. Like, the Wii really leaned into the casual family aspect. The Switch had the family aspect, but wasn't as, like, oh, let's appeal to grandma and grandpa as well. Like, no, it's more so, like, half, like, for kids, and then half for, like, okay, everyone in the family can have a Switch. I mean, that's the point, right? Is you want every one of your kids to get a Switch, you know? It doesn't look like some Nintendo design, to be honest. Give me a dockable Switch 2 Lite. I don't care about Joy-Cons anymore. Oh yeah, Joy-Cons. I mean, I never cared about the Joy-Cons. I never. There were a couple times where I played it in tabletop mode, but like nothing really that. I mean, tabletop mode I mostly played in like 2017, 2018. Then the novelty wore off. And then I would just play in handheld mode. Handheld mode is how I always play. For the most part, I would say. Like I'd say like 75% of my Switch playing experience is in handheld mode. Excuse me, and the other 25% is when I'm streaming something on it. Excuse me, for the most part. Or if I'm playing with friends that are over. So. The Switch 2 is actually on sale on the black market. I did hear something about that, which is kind of crazy. But I really hope the OS doesn't leak, though. I want all that to be a surprise. Like I know, like, people are, like, you're craving the Switch 2 stuff, but, like, and I get it. I'm a Nintendo... You kidding me? I'm a Nintendo fan. Of course I really want Nintendo to announce a new console already. There's a lot of new games. Like, there's at least going to be, like, 5 games. Like, whenever this thing gets announced, we're probably going to hear about between 3 to 5 new Nintendo games. Right, which is going to be insane. That we're going to learn about 3 to 5 new, probably big Nintendo games all in one presentation. Like, possibly new Mario, possibly new Splatoon, possibly new Zelda, possibly, like, because of the fact that we're getting a fresh start with a new system, the possibilities of what games could be announced is literally infinite. Like, technically, any Nintendo series could show up. Any single one. But, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, I hope none of that leaks, because I want that surprise. I don't want to know going into it that we're going to see a new 3D Mario game, or that we're going to see a new Zelda game. Like, I don't want to know any of that going in. I want to be surprised. I want to have fun with it. Like, what's the fun of going into something? It's like watching a movie when you already know how it ends. Like what's the point at that point? A bit weird, but outside of Joy-Cons, I feel like most leagues are just fake or clickbaity. Yeah, like, I mean, obviously a lot of YouTubers are, like, taking it and running miles with it. Like, just, like, milking it for all they can. Like, oh my god, not to bring this... No, actually, no. No, not gonna go there. But there's some people who are, like, milking it to death. Anytime there's, like, a little shred of a morsel of this might be a thing, they'll make, like, a 15-minute video out of it. It's like, how? Like, how the heck do you do that? Okay, I bought and set up a new 50-inch 4K video TV, and it's in the entertainment center. I bought a GameStop gift card from a friend who I also plan to ask GameStop gift card for my birthday coming up on January 28th. I'm going to figure out how to switch to you over the phone and purchase new gift cards. I'm ready for this new console. I'm also going to trade in my OLED for historic credit again. It's super nice. Yeah, I already know. I'm trying to think. I'm like, I know when I got my OLED, I picked that up at Best Buy. I like pre-ordered it at my local Best Buy. And I went and picked it up. Or no, was it? No, hold on a second. That was, oh no, when did I, no, yeah, I did pre-order from Best Buy. Yeah, and I did get it from there. I was thinking of, don't mind me. But I'll probably do something like that again, because I do love the feeling, specifically for, like, games nowadays. I'm like, just Amazon Prime me a video game. Like, you know, like, okay, Luigi's Mansion 3 is coming out, just send it to me over Amazon Prime. I'll get it when I get back home from work and all is good. But, like, for a new console, there's no better feeling than walking into a store and then handing you the box and, like, you taking home your video game. Like, there's no feeling that could replicate that. Like, I love that feeling. And because it's so rare, it doesn't happen that often, it just makes it that much more special whenever you come home with a new, like, I remember when the Switch came out, like, when the first Switch came out, not the OLED, but, like, the original model in 2017, I literally was not working, but I was doing, I was in school, I was in college, but I think it was, like, over spring break, like, which was in March, and, I was working. I was, by working, I mean, I was doing, like, not an internship, but, like, an observation thing where I was in school to become a teacher. And I did, like, this observation where I was working with my old 5th grade math teacher when I was a kid, and I helped him run the class, and it was so super fun. But then, after school, my mom worked in the town where like the GameStop was, because like it was a couple of towns away. So she picked up my Switch and then came and got me from the school that I was working at. And like, you know, I held the Switch in my hand. I brought it home. I was so excited, you know, and I filmed that unboxing video that I posted now nearly 8 years ago. Like, it's wild. Like, it's absolutely wild. It's that feeling of getting a new console for the first time. Something that I wouldn't want to open up an Amazon package and just, you know, like, I want to go and get it. I want it to be an adventure. I want it to be something I remember. Heck, honestly, I might even, I think actually me and a few other creators were talking about this, where we might actually do it. Where we might honestly do the whole, because I live in New York, we might do the whole waiting in line at Nintendo New York thing, you know, and get the console when it launches. Like, that would just be wicked. Like, to just wait in line, me and a couple other creators. I know I don't know if anyone, I'm in a group of, you know, content creators. I don't know if any of them are like 100% gonna do it yet. But a lot of us are talking about doing it together, waiting in line and making some content together while we're waiting for the Switch 2. Which I think would be super cool. Probably, like, the best way to do it, honestly. I'd have to, like, take off of work a little bit, but, like, I don't care. I would take, like, a day or two off of work so I can do that, you know? So, yeah. Like, that would be so fun. Sorry, I went to a whole tangent there. Again, I go on tangents. I apologize, you guys. I go on tangents. You know me. Let's see. Hot take. I don't think the Switch 2 reveal will be as big as the original. At best, we'll get an overview trailer. Well, the thing is, with the Switch 2, especially if they're going to have a short turnaround time, which I have a feeling they might, you know, where it's not going to be, like, this long wait for the console, they're going to want to say, like, at least, like, a couple games that are going to come out at launch with it. Like, you know, the new Mario Kart, or the new Mario game, or whatever it is. Like, okay, you know, here's the console, you know, here's what it can do, here's how it's different from the Switch 1, and here are the games that are coming out for it at launch. Also, Zach, do you think Nintendo Switch 2's trailer was delayed internally, and that's why accessories were revealed because their NDAs expired, and plan on doing a huge presentation instead? I'm not sure. I mean, I definitely think that a delay might play like a role in some regard, but I don't know if it's like the main reason a lot of this stuff is happening. I'm not trying to take most leaks seriously. The Joy-Cons do look somewhat real. The rest looks dumb. I mean, yeah, the Joy-Cons, I mean, like I said, I don't want to dive too heavily into them, but from what we're seeing, I mean, they're just like basically just improved Joy-Cons. You know, they're the same, but just a little bit different, a little bit bigger, you know, with some extra features, whatever. So I feel like the one thing, like, because it's obviously when the system gets revealed, it's not going to be, I don't think, as mind-blowing as, like, let's say the Switch 1, because this is an iteration console. It's not going to be like a fresh new thing. It's going to be like, okay, you know, just a sequel to the Switch. But I think that's fine, to be honest. Let me see here. Trailer presentation, as I think they're gonna do. Yeah, I don't know. Stepping aside from Switch 2, did you hear that the fickle Switch games with googly eyes? I'm unsure that's true or fake news. I did hear about that. I don't know the validity of it either, but I did hear about the whole googly eyes story. I remember seeing Platonic Games, aka the old developers of Banjo-Kazooie, who are notorious for putting googly eyes on things. They like commented on it, and it was pretty funny. On the console, so seeing a presentation on every detail and I'll show what it can do. It's of course, plus it's released in March or April. Then there would be time to do a presentation in that time. It's just too short of a window. It has to be. Yeah, I mean, that's, like I said, that's what Nintendo did with the Switch 1, and I just kind of feel like they're going to do it again. I mean, I'm trying to remember, like, when the Switch got first revealed in October, they showed little bits of things, but nothing, like, you know, they showed, like, Mario Kart, they showed a 3D Mario, but it was nothing like real as of yet. So, you know, we'll see what they have. We'll see what they do. Is that okay? I'm hoping they don't make another 1-2 Switch-like game. Just and use the times like Nintendo Switch Sports or a new Mii game. I mean, hey, anything's possible. I mean, I think there should be a pack-in game. I feel like that might have been Nintendo's kind of mistake from last generation, was not having a pack-in game. But I think if they did like a, well, after everybody 1-2 switch, I don't think they're gonna continue the 1-2 switch branding. But I do think they should have a pack-in title of some sort that acts like a tech demo for the console itself. Something that shows off what the console can do. I think that's very important. Let's see. I'd rather get the system myself too. It feels way better and exciting that way. What game are you most excited about for this year? At the moment, I mean, there's a few games that I'm like, that I'm anticipating. Like, I'm anticipating the new SpongeBob game, obviously. I'm anticipating Directive 8020. I'm anticipating, God, what else is coming out this year? I mean, that's the thing. I feel like there's just not much confirmed. At least, well, ooh, there's the new Dying Light game, which I'm pretty excited for. But as of right now, I can't say, like, what game I'm, like, definitively most excited for. Just because, like, I feel like we just don't have enough of a clear picture of this year yet. For me to be like, okay, yeah, this game is the one I'm most excited for this year. Which feels weird compared to past years, to not really know anything about, like, you know, like, what's coming out. But, you know, it's what it is. Hey, Dear Pete, don't worry about being late. Could you think for Speed Showtime get a sequel game like Luigi's Mansion and WarioWare do? It could. I don't know if it sold enough or caused enough of a, like, I don't know if it did enough to make Nintendo want to give it a sequel, but it's very possible they could. Not anytime soon, though. Like, they wouldn't do it, like, this year or anything, like, because they just released Princess Peach Showtime last year. So they could do a sequel to Princess Peach Showtime, but it wouldn't be, like, this year, or I'd even say probably not next year. Gonna do an wait, here's one thing. They're not gonna do an on-stage presentation. They're gonna do a fully digital show, about 15 minutes to an hour long. Let's say about 55 minutes long. 55 minutes long, I think probably is a bit too long. I have a feeling it would probably be more in the range of like 20 to 25 minutes. Because realistically, you know, in 55 minutes, like, you'd have to have a lot to show to justify dragging the show out that long. You'd have to announce a lot of stuff. I feel like in 25 minutes, you can show the new console, show what it can do, show what makes it different, show off just the different oddities about the tech, and show off a few games without showing too much. I mean, like, the launch titles you'll probably want to go in depth a little bit about, but I think 20 to 25, maybe 30 minutes would probably be more of a, well, how long was the original Nintendo Switch presentation? Hold on, let me look that up. Oops, stupid. Go Switch presentation. Oh, the on-stage one was... Oh, right, because it's on-stage. On-stage is different. On-stage is a whole different beast. So it's an hour 20 last year. So if it's... Oh, sorry. That probably just absolutely blew out your eardrums. I am so sorry for that. Let's see here. Yeah, it's definitely not, because, like, the whole... Here's the thing, right? The presentation for the Nintendo Switch was an hour and 6 minutes long, it looks like. An hour and 6 minutes long. Which is long. But you gotta remember as well, at the time, in 2017, the Nintendo Switch was a fully new concept. There had never been a system, at least to my knowledge, that you could dock, undock, have detachable controllers. Hell, the HD rumble, the gyro, the IR camera. There's so much that Nintendo had to explain in this, to where, yeah, you would need an hour to, you know, to show off the console. And I just don't know if it would be a full hour again, or even 50 to 55 minutes. I feel like half an hour, because they don't have as much to show off with the new console. But we shall see. Do you think Switch 2 will be able to run its games like Series X and PS5? Like Series X and PS5 games? I don't think so. they could do a Nintendo Treehouse kind of thing for the new console, but I don't. The thing with Nintendo Treehouse is that Nintendo Treehouse is very casual, very much like people sitting on a couch and just playing games. I could see a Nintendo Treehouse kind of thing after the presentation, where they're like, if you want a deeper look into some of the launch titles, we'll be hosting a Nintendo Treehouse Live event after the presentation. That I could see, but the actual presentation itself being a Treehouse, I couldn't see. What would you want if Switch 2 got a Mario Kart 9? In terms of like what would I want out of Mario Kart 9? I don't even know, to be honest. Just a bigger and better Mario Kart 8, I guess, with some new twist. Sorry, my throat's getting really dry. Have you played Silent Hill Remake yet? No, but I did get it. I actually got got 3 new PS5 games. Well, new, but you know what I mean. I got 3 PS5 games recently. Got Silent Hill 2, I got The Last of Us 2, and I got Dead Space Remake. And I've been playing through The Last of Us. I'm playing through The Last of Us Part 2 now. I'm about halfway done, I think. And it's really good. I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna play it tonight a little bit more. But I'm playing that, and then I intend on playing Silent Hill 2 after The Last of Us Part 2. I'm thinking about making a video on The Last of Us Part 2 when I beat the game. It's weird. It's always hard, like, when I want to do videos based on games that aren't Nintendo. There's always an inherent risk that people won't watch them because it's not Nintendo. But we'll see. Like, if I beat the game and then, like, the Switch 2 gets announced, yeah, no, I can't make that video. I can't. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like 15 minutes. The Switch 1's presentation was about an hour. Basically an hour. But the reason why it was an hour is because the Switch, like I said, was a whole new beast. Like, it was a completely new idea. It was completely, like just... And, like, no one had done anything like it yet, you know? It needed a in-depth explanation as to how things like the HD rumble worked, and they show off, like, the ice cubes, you know, in the hand, you know, in the cup thing, or, like, with the IR sensor, and doing, like, rock, paper, scissors. Like, I believe all of that was in this presentation. Because of the fact that this is a new iteration of that same device, I don't feel like they need as long to do it. And I do agree with you that I don't think it's going to be an on-stage thing. I think it's going to be a digital presentation. And the fact that it's a digital presentation will also make it shorter, I feel like, because things can be cut. There won't be an applause. All of that stuff. So, I can see the time of the presentation being cut in half just from all of that, personally. Yeah. What's your opinion on Sonic 3 versus Mufasa? I haven't seen either movie, so I can't comment. When do you think THQ Nordic will show us anything about the new SpongeBob game, and what do you want from the game? I mean, I want the new SpongeBob game to be just as good as... Okay, I don't know how many people know this, and I feel like I'm getting in trouble by even just saying this, but the new SpongeBob game actually did leak a few weeks ago, actually. And I actually did see the leak. Thankfully for THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp, went really under the radar, because it was one of those things where, like, when the leak came out, a bunch of us SpongeBob creators were in a group chat together, and we were all like, what do we do? Like all this stuff just leaked, and we all were like, we're not gonna cover it. Like, I mean, basically just out of respect for, like, THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp, like, we're not gonna cover it. But I did see what the leaks were, and it looks promising. But what I will say is I just want it to be a better Cosmic Shake. Like, Cosmic Shake was really good, but I want them to do more. I want a bigger game, you know, I want more levels. I want there to be just a little more depth to it. But I mean, like I said, Cosmic Shake was really, really good. So, like, you know, whatever THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp do next, I'm sure they'll do it really, really well. Let's see here. I feel like Nintendo should use more of DK in this country in the arcade games. Yeah, I mean, I think I think Donkey Kong should get a 3D, not a 3D platform, but like a 3D adventure game. I think would be kind of cool. Like Donkey Kong's Adventure. Would be kind of cool. When they showed off PS5 Pro, not nearly as long as an hour. True. Do you also think we'll get a Nintendo Direct this month and we'll feel the Switch 2 in the Direct? Do you think we'll get Mario Baseball on the Switch? I was curious playing Robot before. I don't think we're gonna get a Nintendo Direct this month. Like, if we're gonna get a Nintendo Switch 2 presentation, it's just gonna be the presentation. For a Nintendo Direct, I don't think so. I don't think they'd market. Because the thing is with the Nintendo Direct, right? If you're saying a Nintendo Direct where Nintendo will also market Switch 1 games, I don't know if they would do that. I mean, yes, the Switch 2 can play Switch 1 games, but I'm not sure. I mean, I think, let's say they present the console this month. You know, they show us the Switch 2 this month, and then next month they show off, they give a Direct where they show more games, and okay, here's some Switch 2 games that are coming out, and for those of you who, you know, are still keeping the Switch, whatever, here are some Switch games. Like, I feel like it makes more sense to do a presentation this month and then maybe a Direct next month so that specifies more about the Switch 2's lineup in a more in-depth capacity. I'm not actually seeing it properly right now until I see some amazing games. I'm not super hyped. I've become more PC gamer anyways. Yeah, like, I just want to see the games. Like this, we all know the Switch 2 is just going to be more of the Switch. So I just want to see more of what is actually going to be on the Switch 2. I'm not allowed to show us more from PS5. What games do you think they're going to announce? I'm just going to point you over to my predictions video, my Nintendo 2025 predictions video. But to sum it up, this year from Nintendo, I don't think we're going to get a big new Zelda game because we just got one in 2022. I think they're going to keep it, like, you know, keep it simple. I do think we're going to get a, I do feel like we're going to get Mario stuff. I feel like it's going to be a decent Mario year because it's Mario's 40th anniversary. So, you know, so I think we're going to get some decent Mario stuff this year. And yeah, like I said, most of my predictions are in that predictions video. And I know a lot of people were like, oh, this predictions video is very unlikely. I know, it's just mostly because I want to have a prediction for every single month of the year. So, or at least most months, you know, like, I don't think Nintendo's going to release anything in August, and I don't think they're going to release anything in December, because they typically don't do it that much. But we'll see. We'll see. Wait, the new Slender game leaked? Yeah, it was a really, like, it was like a bad leak. Like, it was really bad. I'm not going to share anything. I'm not going to post any links. I'm not going to do, just out of pure respect for THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp, because it was a really bad leak. Like, you know, I mean, you can look it up if you want. I know they've been taking it down, which, again, I don't blame them for. Like a lot of the stuff in the leak is, like, work in progress stuff, and it's, like, you know, I think from, like, a year or two ago, so it's, like, you know, all the stuff that leaked, it was horrible. But it does confirm, at least in my eyes, I'll at least say that the new SpongeBob game is going to be another Battle for Bikini Bottom-esque platformer from what we're seeing. So, you know, pretty cool stuff, but I don't want to say any more than that out of pure respect for THQ Nordic and for Purple Lamp. But yeah. Overall, I couldn't care less about most of the show. Sucks nowadays. True, I mean, I don't watch the show anymore. I just like the games still. The games are still fun. And all of a sudden, here, the SpongeBob game got leaked. Yeah, the new SpongeBob game got leaked. I mean, like I said, THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp, I think, took it all down, so I don't think you can find it online anymore. And if you end up finding it, I say don't share it around. Like, that's the thing is, us creators, we knew about this weeks ago, and we all decided, like, we're not going to cover it. Like, so I would just suggest not covering it, not talking about it. If you see it, do whatever you want, just don't share it around. Like I said, out of respect for THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp. Just to say, it's a new game and not DLC. Yeah, no, it's definitely not DLC. Do you think the rumors about Kirby playing a robot, remastering are true? Maybe Kirby playing a robot, Master Deluxe. Do you think we're getting Mario Baseball on Switch? I'm at least hoping and praying. I mean, if they're gonna do a new Mario Sports game, I mean, they could. I mean, they did Mario Sports Superstars, I think, after the Switch came out. When did that game come out? Hold on. Mario Sports. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, that game came out in. Oh wow, it came out like a week after the Switch came out. So yeah, so it is possible we can get a new Mario baseball game. It's possible. Let's see here. She got me curious, Zach. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have said anything. Buy a nickel for video games getting leaked online. Have a bajillion nickels. Jamboree Showtime. Oh yeah, Nintendo's horrible at having their games leaked out before launch. Because they don't do it now, then they never will, because they start off with tennis and golf again. Well, tennis and golf are done by different developers, so that doesn't really matter. Because tennis and golf are made by Camelot, and baseball is made by Bandai Namco. So, tennis and golf really don't play much of a role, because they're just two completely different developers entirely. When do you think they'll reveal the new SpongeBob game? I'm thinking they're going to probably reveal it, I'm assuming sometime in the springtime or like earlier in the year. I'm assuming it's going to be like a later in the year release. So I think they're going to announce it like within the next few months, I'm thinking. Hey Lucas, just wanted to let you know favorite games from last year, Paper Mario Thousand Year Remake and Sonic X Shadow Generations. Nice! Glad you've been enjoying them. I feel like they would save Woolly World and Galaxy 2 for next year for the movie. As I could see is Mario Maker 3, a Lego Mario Party would be interesting. Any remakes or remasters you like to see that have not okay. I still want, and this is gonna be a bold thing, hear me out. I want for the Switch 2 a ground up remake of Luigi's Mansion. I didn't put it on my prediction list because I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would love a ground-up remake of Luigi's Mansion. Not just a remaster or a port where the game's in widescreen with some, you know, clarity added in. No, I want new engine, completely remade, added content. I want a big boy version of Luigi's Mansion, the original. Like, take next level games, like their graphics and their animation, but apply the first game's art style, darkness, and spookiness. That's a chef's kiss. That's a recipe for greatness right there. That's just. When do you think we get the new news for SpongeBob? Like I said, I think within the next couple months, I think. I believe you just released one Mario Sports game in a year, Zach. Well, yeah, but because of the fact that it's two different developers, they could do, like, let's say, Mario Tennis this year, Mario Baseball next year, and then Mario Golf the year after. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean we gotta go through tennis and golf again before we can get baseball. And obviously the same applies to Strikers, because Strikers is next level games. So they're all completely made by completely different teams, so their release isn't really contingent on Camelot. I mean, if anything, it's less up to Camelot, Next Level Games, and Bandai Namco, but it's more up to Nintendo. Because for those companies, Nintendo asks them to make a Mario Baseball, or a Mario Strikers, or a Mario Golf, or a Mario Tennis. Like that's what Nintendo asks them to do. Like, I mean, I think they pitch ideas. Like, they could pitch them, Nintendo, a new Mario Baseball game. But if Nintendo shoot it down, at the end of the day, it's Nintendo's say. So, if anything, it has nothing to do with Camelot or Bandai Namco or Next Level Games. It's Nintendo at the end of the day who says, okay, this is when these sports games could come out. This is when we want baseball. This is when we want golf. This is when we want strikers. This is when we want tennis. New movie comes out in December, so that makes sense exactly. Nintendo consoles used to at least have charm, but now I'm really just here for the games. I already have the best Smash, the best Mario Kart, and the best 3D Mario, so I need something phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, Nintendo consoles, like, here's the thing. I feel like Nintendo, and this is going to be horrible to say, trust me, I know, as a Nintendo fan, and it isn't something I necessarily like, but I feel like Nintendo couldn't get away with something like what they, I mean, granted, they didn't really get away with things like the N64 or the GameCube. Like, they didn't, like, get away with anything there because those consoles sold horribly. And I know some people are going to be like, but what about the Wii? Listen, right, maybe it's just, I mean, I don't know, I grew up with the Wii, so it's not that I mean, I guess I'm more nostalgic biased towards the GameCube and the N64, whatever. But the Wii, I still don't see the charm in the Wii. I mean, the console is a white rectangle. The controller is a white rectangle. The menu is a white rectangle with little white rectangles inside of it. Like, it's not the most, like, yeah, the music jingles are good. And Mii's, sure, you can be creative with them. But, like, there wasn't really much creative about the console itself. It's literally just a white little rectangle with a white rectangle controller. In my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to crucify me for that opinion. I always stand by what I say about the Wii being overrated. I hope if they remake the original game, they add the Basher Ghost. Yeah, adding little things to the original Luigi's Mansion is what I'd want if they do, like, a full-on remake. Getting captured, Mario to be playable with him. I mean, I want Luigi's Mansion. I want Luigi's Mansion to be just Luigi. It's Luigi's Mansion. I just want Luigi to be playable. Who he rescues, I really don't care. I mean, I want... Here's the thing. With a new Luigi's Mansion game, I want the stakes to be higher. Right? Like, I want the stakes to be higher. I want, like, obviously, the third game raised the stakes a little bit, including Princess Peach getting kidnapped. But I want more characters getting kidnapped. Like, what if, you know, Toad? Oh, okay, Toad already got kidnapped. That's a very bad example. But what if Princess Daisy? What if, you know, just different markets? Yoshi, Wario, Waluigi, heck, even Bowser. Just different characters from the Mario universe getting kidnapped. And Luigi has to, if Luigi had to rescue Bowser, that'd be kind of a cool concept too. If Bowser was one of the people that Luigi had to rescue too. And like King Boo is just like sought after revenge and like is kidnapping everyone. The whole Mushroom Kingdom's in jeopardy. You know, he's inhabiting, let's say, this big tower of a mansion, and only Luigi can go in and stop him while rescuing all of his friends. I want the stakes to feel really high. 3 managed to accomplish that pretty well in, like, the last bit there, when you're fighting Helen Gravely. You know, you rescue Mario, you go up, Peach is still there, you know, King Boo captures Mario and Peach again. Like, there's some legitimate stakes there. I want more of that, where it feels like, oh, the Mushroom Kingdom is effed if King Boo gets away with this. Another bad content, true. I don't like all this leaks for Nintendo Switch. It really gets annoying. Trust me, I know. That's why I don't talk about it much. Like, I'll talk about it on stream, obviously, but I'm like, how many videos could I possibly make on each little thread of something that comes out for the Nintendo Switch, like, 2 leak-wise? That's why I don't really talk about it much. Like, that's why we're talking about it so much here, because I don't talk about it. How would you feel if they used Luigi Mansion 3 engine physics and kept counting Luigi and Mario instead of Charles? Listen, I think Kevin, personally, is doing a really good job as Mario and Luigi. I don't know, like, his, like, broad reception amongst all Nintendo fans, but I think he's doing a great job. If you listen to him in Super Mario Party Jamboree, if you... Sorry, just banged my desk. If you play the Luigi Ally minigame, and you'll listen to Luigi in the beginning of the minigame, that's basically your first glimpse into how he's going to sound in Luigi's Mansion. And I actually paid close attention. You know, hold on. In fact... Get Luigi there. Alright, here, let me play the Luigi clips from the Ally minigame. Okay. Oh, there's someone's voice in here. No, I don't want their voice. Let's see, here. Ready? Let's listen to Luigi's voice. Yeah, I like the way he does his Luigi yells. I like them. So I think Kevin Afghani will be completely fine as Luigi in Luigi's Mansion. I feel like Luigi and Waluigi, like Wario is the only one that like takes some getting used to. Mario sounds good, but I feel like his Luigi and Waluigi's are on point. He nails that kind of like almost nasally sound that Luigi and Waluigi have. So I think Kevin Afghani will be fine in Luigi's Mansion 4. I have no concerns about his acting in Luigi's Mansion 4. What about a remake of Super Mario Sunshine? That game needs a remake so badly, Sunday so poorly, and a remake could really extend Super Mario Sunshine from the most controversial Mario to one of the best. I feel like a remake of a new 3D Mario at this point would not be in their best interest, even though I do agree with that Sunshine could really go with a remake. I think it's be in Nintendo's best interest just to make a new 3D Mario game. I mean, Sunshine, for all of its flaws, it's got its charm. It's got, it's fine as it is, really, in my opinion. I mean, if you 100% it, then yeah, it's a pain in the butt, but I think it's fine as is. But I just don't think a remake of that. If anything, I would think they should remake Super Mario 64. I think that's one that could really benefit. Improved camera controls, obviously vastly improved visuals. I feel like that game, Super Mario 64 could really, and I know there's 64 DS and all of that, but I mean like a true, tried and true Super Mario 64 remake. Over Sunshine, at least. I still don't think they, I mean, I don't know, it has been nearly 20 years. I think 1996 is when Super Mario 64 came out, right? So it's been nearly 30 years since Super Mario 64, so I mean, I'd say Super Mario 64 would be a better candidate for a remake. But, like I said, I still think they should do a new 3D Mario above anything else at the moment. Luigi's Mansion releases the poor 3DS game in HD, so it's going to switch to HD. True. Yeah, I would take getting a Switch version of the 3DS port, as long as it's not just a simple version of the GameCube version. And listen, as someone who prefers the GameCube version over the 3DS version, if you took the 3DS version of Luigi's Mansion and cleaned it up, and you'd have to really clean it up, but you cleaned it up, you polished the visuals, you added some more lighting, you did some cool things to it, then that would definitely be the definitive version of Luigi's Mansion, 100%. Because it's in HD, it's got proper controls. It probably doesn't run like dog doo-doo like Luigi's Mansion on 3DS does. Like, listen, I'm not even one to usually complain about how a game runs unless it's really bad, and Luigi's Mansion on 3DS is really bad. Would you still broaden the new SpongeBob if it was a new developer? I mean, it depends on the game itself. Like the Patrick Star game, not that it didn't look good, not that it wasn't interesting looking at all. It's just not my kind of game, so I had no care for it. So it's less about the developer. Excuse me. It's less about the developer and who develops it. It's about what kind of game it is. Like, I like 3D platformers. So if it's a 3D platformer, then yeah, I'll probably buy it if it's a different developer. If it's a party game, if they decide to do like a Lights, Camera, Pants successor, then yeah, I'd probably buy that too. Regardless of the developer, as long as it looks good. Let's see. Why do you think Purple Lamp was used for SpongeBob and not stuck with Heavy Iron? Well, Heavy Iron, I believe, shut down after. I don't know if they shut down or got absorbed. But I believe after like Disney Infinity, I think is when Heavy Iron shut down. Let me see. Heavy Iron Studios. Are they still around? Oh, okay, yeah. They were acquired by Keyword Studios in January of 2021. So, I think they're technically still a studio, but they're not under THQ Nordic anymore. In fact, they haven't done anything since 2020. And they did some... Yeah, the last thing they developed was in 2020. The last thing they mainly developed was in 2020, and it was Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle for Google Stadia. And they co-developed stuff with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Crash Bandicoot 4, and Marvel's Avengers. So, I don't think they're really much in the running. They haven't put out a game in 5 years. So, yeah. And the last game they put out was on the Stadia. And then the one before that was in 2017 for, it looks like VR. Like a VR game in 2017. So it's been a while since they've actually made a game, but like they're required, so I don't know what they're doing. I thought they completely dissolved. I didn't realize they were just like absorbed into a different company and still around, but I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, Switch 2 would be a great Mario 40th anniversary present. True. I do think, like, everyone was like, oh, Mario's 35th anniversary, that didn't really do much. Well, yeah, it was his 35th anniversary. It's not like, yeah, it landed on a 5-year. But, like, 35 isn't, like, a big milestone, really. I mean, like, compared to, like, the 10s, the 20s, the 25 is the 1-5, where it's like, yeah, that's a quarter of a century. You know, 40, it's still not, like, as big as, let's say, like, the 50th. Like, the 50th anniversary, I'm assuming, will be massive. But I can see them still doing some pretty cool stuff for the 40th anniversary. Did you like the Wii U? I like the Wii U. I feel like almost one ND for design alone. It's a my rectangle who got paid to make a. Wow, that's a quote from the freaking. It's funny because actually, don't make fun of me for watching my own content. Or no, actually no, that's from Triss's video. I think the one I did with Triss, from our Luigi's Mansion Ghost ranking. Wow, it must be really far behind if we're still talking about the Wii. Holy crap. I'm going to skip through some of these comments just so I can kind of catch up. I want a bigger focus on ghost combat interaction instead of the puzzles. Also more exploration. Luigi's Mansion is the only game I can see myself enjoying as a Metroidvania style, to be honest. True. Also, yes. And by focus on the ghost combat, next level games, if you're listening, please get rid of the slam. The slam mechanic was stupid. Alright, that's it. Definitely want to see one of them get possessed with ghosts. Maybe even Lena. Ooh, interesting. Guy on Twitter of a Luigi Mansion 4 that would take advantage and is fully abandoned with a lot of ghosts. That'd be cool. The one thing is, I don't want. Alright, later, Peachy Fanboy. I just saw the message pop up here. Later, Peachy Fanboy. Hope you sleep well. But the thing is, with like an open world Luigi's Mansion, the thing I love about Luigi's Mansion 1. And I'd even say Luigi's Mansion 2 does this pretty well, as pretty good as well, is the claustrophobic nature of being stuck inside of a mansion. I mean, obviously not stuck inside of a mansion, because there's outside parts to both games, but you know what I mean, like, the claustrophobic halls, the small nature, that you're not in this giant grand world, and I feel like it would always kind of be diminished if you were, like, wandering around and exploring the Mushroom Kingdom. I don't know if that's where you're going with that. Like, it could just be like there's multiple different mansions along the Mushroom Kingdom that you go to. Like, I'm not even opposed to the multiple mansions idea. I just want, like, I just don't want it to be this giant open world thing that, like, every game's seemingly doing nowadays. You know, like, I mean, I'm fine with, like, a little hub, like a small hub, like where EGAD's lab is, and you can, like, walk to the mansions. But I want a majority of the gameplay to be within the mansions. I want them to be in the, like, I don't want there to be ghosts and everything, like, flying around everywhere, outside. Like, no, I want it all to take place within the mansions. I want that claustrophobic feeling of, like, you know, you have to creep around the hallways. I want that to be the primary focus of the game. And bring it back to a mansion. I feel like if they do another game where it's like, you're not in a mansion, then Luigi's Mansion is just a pointless title. Mario sounds like Mickey Mouse. Really? I thought Waluigi sounded fine in Jamboree. Here's the thing, right? As well with Kevin Afghani as the voices for Mario, Luigi, and the gang. Kevin, people are like, oh, he doesn't sound like Charles. That's also kind of the point. Kevin Afghani isn't going to be a mere imitation of Charles Martinet. He's going to take the characters in his own artistic direction. You know, yes, he's going to kind of stick close-ish to what each character sounds like, but he's going to do his own interpretation of it. Think about when Charles, like, because remember, like, back in, like, Mario, like, you know, like, let's say Mario Party 1, you know, right, where it was, like, Luigi sounded way different, Wario sounded way different, like, the character sounded different, and then Charles took over these, you know, I think specifically Luigi. Charles took over, no one complained about the change, and I get it, Charles has been the voice for so long, but when a new person comes in, yes, you want the character to sound vaguely familiar like they did before, you want that sense of recognition, but you also gotta respect that voice actors are artists. Artists have different interpretations and ways of expressing how they want something to sound. So Kevin doesn't want to be just a mere imitation of Charles. He wants to take the characters in his own direction, to leave his own legacy for however long he voices the characters for. So I think that, you know, people saying that the characters sound bad just because they don't sound like Charles, I just feel like is kind of misguided, because of course they don't sound exactly like Charles. It's not Charles doing them, and Kevin's doing his own take on them. So that's my personal opinion. I want new Gus to have no resemblance to the previous Next Level Games designs, perhaps they're more roguelike. Here's the thing, I feel like Next Level Games with Luigi's Mansion 3 almost got the ghost designs right for the, like, things like the slinkers, the trappers, and even the oozers. I feel like they did a decent job. It was just the goobs and the hammers that I was like, what the hell are you doing with these? Like, what are these designs? Like, what are you doing here? Quite literally. If it turned out to be Luigi's Mansion Lego game, would you get it? I don't care for Lego stuff. Lego games never really appealed to me that much. I mean, they're fun, but, like, I just much rather, like, it's the art style, like, the Lego style that I'm not, like, overly, like, you know, I don't love it as much as, like, other people do. Let's see, hope they cut the roster too much. I hope there's way more newcomers. If they do, they make up for it. Did I miss a message, Brandon, that you said something else? Oh, you did. I totally missed that. Now that Sakurai said he's been working on a new game that has been since 2022, I'm starting to no longer think that we're getting an Ultimate Deluxe anymore, but rather a fully new game. Just really hope that we don't cut the roster too much, and I hope there's way more newcomers if they do. I have way more Master than 100 plus characters. Here's the thing, right? If they do a new Smash Brothers, I don't think they're going to. I'm just gonna brace you for disappointment already. I don't think they're gonna do that. I think especially because of the fact, right, that you can play Smash Brothers Ultimate on the Switch. I feel like they're going to try something new with Smash Brothers. May anger people, may make people upset, but here's the thing, right? If you already have Smash Brothers, which is the peak, the pinnacle, the top of the Smash Brothers series as we know it, how could you get better than that? How could you improve upon it? I mean, yeah, that's adding more characters and more stages, whatever, but it's not doing anything to evolve the formula. And I feel like it just gets to a point where it's like, realistically, how many characters can a game have? Like, how many? Right? Like, Smash has what, 94, 96? Hold on. Smash Bros. Ultimate character count. 89 characters. Well, it says 86 or 89. I think it's like, that's like the Mii fighters. It's accounted for there. So 89, I'd say 89 characters. That's a lot of freaking characters. That might be... Hold on. What game has the record for the most playable characters? That's not right. It's telling me it says Sonic Heroes. That's not right. It looks like it says for platformers. Let's see here. So it looks like at the moment Smash Brothers is number 5 for most characters. Every other game, every other fighting game looks like an anime fighting game that has more characters. I feel like it just gets to a point, right, where it's like Smash Bros. Ultimate was good. Like, it was great. It's a great game, you know, lots of great characters, awesome stuff. But it gets to a point where, like, how much more can you add and actually have the game feel fresh and innovative? Like, Smash Brothers is one of those series that's always been the same since its inception. It's always been the same. Sure, you can talk about difference in speed and character rosters and whatnot, but on the whole, from a gameplay perspective, Smash Brothers has always been the same from 1990, was it 6, 7, 8, around there, all the way till now. So I feel like Sakurai might want to do something different. He might want to try a different formula for Smash. And I almost wouldn't blame him for wanting to take Smash in a different direction. Obviously still be a party platform fighting game. But given that there's a lot of them now, with Nick All-Star Brawl, with Multiverses, with all these different platform fighters out there that are now starting to basically replicate what Smash did, admittingly to not as good of a quality, but nevertheless, I feel like Sakurai might want to experiment a little bit and try something a little bit differently. And like I said, I wouldn't blame him. So if it meant cutting the roster to, let's say, 50 characters, which is still a lot for fighting games, for any game, 50 characters is still a lot. Cut out a lot of the extra fluff. Like, cut out, I'm gonna be honest, cut out the Mii characters, cut out 3/4 of the Fire Emblem characters, and have like the mainstays, the main important ones. Most of the third-party lineup would have most likely be eviscerated, like Solid Snake. Maybe not like Sonic and Pac-Man, like those might be safe, but like the Ryus, the Kens, the Banjos, the Snakes, the Terry Bogard, you know, those third-party characters are most likely chopped off. You know, like, I don't know. Like, I just don't think it makes sense for them to try and one-up Ultimate. Because then, well, Ultimate's no longer Ultimate. And I feel like just going in a new direction just kind of makes sense. Hearing the Mario 35 music is funny after talking on the 4th anniversary. I know, right? And sorry, I'm trying to catch up on comments and such. Oh, my freaking glasses are hurting my eyes. Luigi's Mansion, X-Ghost Trip. I think an important thing too, Luigi's Mansion 4 needs to have an interconnected mansion. Having separate floors in 3 just felt like longer missions or shorter mansions where they kind of lack depth. Oh yeah, 100%. Like none of the floors, I mean, I think a couple of the floors, I liked the floors that felt more, like I liked the floors that were like Twisted Suites, like the fitness center floor. What other floors am I thinking of? Like, that really just felt like you started almost like the original game, and even 2 to some extent, where you start in one room and you have to work room by room to complete the floor. I loved those kinds of floors because it felt more traditional. It just felt more right, rather than a floor like freaking, what was it, like the movie, the movie film floor, whatever, where it was like all the rooms were open. You just had to hop between the TVs, and I didn't care for any of that. Like that kind of puzzle solving, while it can be fun, I didn't like it. It's not that exciting to me. I don't know. World record of play characters 170. Jesus Christ. It's where I want to play the game instead of constantly seeing Luigi freak out over a rat. Oh my god, tell me about it. Oh my god, Luigi freaking out over every little thing. Not even just Luigi freaking out over every little thing, but when Luigi, but because of Luigi freaking out over every little thing, it causes him to drop that most important thing that he has in his hand. Then the thing that scared him runs off with it. Polterpup, the mice, Polterkitty, every single time. It happens so often in Next Level Games Luigi's Mansion installments. I want them to just stop. Like, just stop that. Enough of that trope. Luigi, I get it. Luigi's a scaredy cat. Like, that's why I always, like, I feel like Next Level Games just didn't understand. Yes, Luigi's a scaredy cat, but, like, it's not like a comedic scaredy cat. It's more like he's scared, but he has to overcome his fears to save his brother. That was the whole point of the first game. Now it's like, oh, he's just a scaredy cat, and he's just, oh, I'm scared, whoa, screaming. You know my feelings about it. I hate it. Let's see. Should I do a legit? I'll get to that in a second. Smash Brothers After Brawl didn't improve much. Yeah, like Smash Brothers Wii U, 3DS, Ultimate, all kind of borderline felt the same, just like little gradual improvements from each one. Incorporate the game somehow. If they cut Banjo, you'll be pissed, especially given how long he's been waiting to get him Smash Bros. In the same situation. I mean, the thing is, though, the fact that they were able to get them in the first place was lucky. Right? That was the whole thing about their addition into Ultimate, is that they were lucky they were able to be added. So, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, it's amazing that it happened. It's like, oh my god, we finally got Banjo. We finally got Sora. We got characters like Steve from Minecraft, you know, who was a big iconic character. We got like Sephiroth from Square. You know, all of these huge third-party characters. But it's because of the fact that it was Ultimate. Like, you know, it was for Ultimate. Like, that's why they're there. They're not there to join the Smash series and stick around. They're there because it's Ultimate, and they're trying to pull in as many big characters as they can for that occasion of a game. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like many people don't expect those characters to stick around. You know, just because Ultimate is its own thing. That's why it's called Ultimate. It's as big as it could get. So basically a story mode scraper. Sure, I actually never really thought of it that way. Productions, yeah, it's kind of mad. Also didn't care for Castle McFrights. And then the floor were basically just bosses that are lame. She only did 14 flips. Yeah, Castle McFrights. I mean, I didn't mind Castle McFrights. You know, Castle McFrights. I mean, I think I liked the boss battle. Like, that's the thing, is I feel like with like a lot of the floors in Luigi's Mansion 3, like, I mean, like, there were some floors, like with Twisted Sweets, where I was like, I liked the floor and the boss. But with a lot of the other floors, it was kind of like one or the other. Like, Garden Suites, for instance, right? The plant floor. Loved that boss fight. I loved the boss fight with Dr. Potter, which I know is an unpopular opinion. But I really liked that boss fight. But I didn't really care much for the floor. Like, it was cool and all. But, like, you know, I didn't love it. But I love the boss fight. You know, then there's the regular hotel floor with Shambrea, where I'm like, her boss fight was kind of meh. But I like the concept of the ghost running from room to room, and that's how you're exploring the floor. The whole area is you pursuing this ghost, chasing them from room to room, almost like with Shivers from the original Luigi's Mansion. I like that concept. And I kind of like how it was executed on the floor, but it was just like using the slam to slam. I don't know, like I wish it was a little more clever. Let's see. I get Luigi's timid, but he's not that timid. He wasn't scared in the first game. Exactly. Like, that's why I never understood. Like, he was never that scared in the first game, so why make him more scared? Like, if anything, he should be less scared, because he's like, oh, I've done this before. But the fact that the plant was unfolding in real time to get in each room didn't really do much for me. Yeah, and the floor itself I didn't really care for, but like I said, the boss I just do like. Sure, they can make it bigger. Keep in mind, Zach, Ultimate wasn't truly Ultimate. Didn't have every final destination in Battlefield. But I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, that's borderline nitpicking. I mean, it has 95% of the stages from every single Smash game. It has every single character with characters added onto it. I'd say that's an Ultimate Smash game. Like, yes, there's more. There's always more they could add. Like, you could get the Ultimate Cheeseburger. It has the fix-ins, it has lettuce, it has tomato, it has bacon, it has ketchup, it has mayo, it has cheese, it has everything. But there's always more you can add to it. You know, there's ultimate, like, you know, there's always more you can add to it. But that's the thing, right, is, you know, like, when you say, but they could still make it bigger, that's the thing. That's kind of what, what someone said earlier. They've just, I didn't even say since Brawl, the objective was take the base game and just make it bigger. I didn't even say that's basically since the original. Like, yeah, there are other things like break the targets and home run practice and all of that, or home run derby, whatever it's called, that are taken in and out, whatever. But like character-wise and stages-wise, it's been, since the beginning, it started off as a small 12 character roster, right? And then ever since then, it's been make it bigger, make it bigger, make it bigger. And that's been the whole entire series. Just always make it bigger. So I feel like it just makes sense that Ultimate was like, right, this is the biggest we can freaking make it. You know, with almost 100 characters, a bunch of stages, dozens of stages. I just feel like it makes sense to just give it a little reset. Try something new. Experiment a little bit with the series. They've never... The most experimental, I say, they've done with the core Smash Brothers formula, the most they've done and added was the Smash Ball, I'd say, in starting in Brawl. Like, you know, with the final smashes. Like, that's the most I feel. And there's the 8-player mode, I guess, that started in Wii U, but, like, you know, sure, okay. But like, doing something that, like, completely, I don't want to say shakes up, because we don't want it to change too much. But something that makes the new game a little bit different. Because, assuming the Switch 2 is backwards compatible, you can still play Ultimate on your Switch 2. If you don't like the new Smash game, if it's, you know, like, oh, if it doesn't have all the characters that you want, you still got, Smash Ultimate at the end of the day. Let's see. I hope they stop with the brainwashing ghost trope. Yeah, I don't know why they made that a trope in 3. I don't understand. Like, in Dark Moon, it made sense, obviously. But in 3, it was like, why were the ghosts all hypnotized? Like, there was no story explanation for that whatsoever. I mean, I think, again, it was, like, linked to King Boo's crown. But, like, how? Because the whole point is that before it was the Dark Moon piece that I believe King Boo kept in his crown that caused the whole thing, but now it's just that his crown automatic. I don't get that. Like, just have the ghost be evil. Ow! Just bang my hand. Ultimate's already an incredible feat. Let's enjoy for what it is. The more content is always nice. Let's move on. Yeah, like, I think, like, yeah, I don't know. I think I've basically just said my piece on it. The only reason Luigi's scared of everything is so next level games can flex their animations and expressions as much as possible, which wouldn't work. Really true, but that's the thing, right? There's so many more things they could do with animations where they could flex it without making Luigi scared of everything. Like, there's the thing, right? They don't need to have Luigi be scared of everything to show off their animation skills. Each floor of the mansion, they introduce the new ghost. You know, in like a little cutscene that introduces the ghost. That's a great place to show off your animation. Show Luigi creeping up to the ghost. Looking around corners, creeping up to it. Maybe jumping at something every now and again if the ghost scares him. Or, guess what? If something scares him, like if he got an item and something scares him, then that's fine. Just don't have him drop it and then start a whole fetch quest mission to start to get this thing that you already got, but now they're just padding it out to add gameplay, you know? At this point, he took down King Boo 3 times now. Why he's so scared and the team stuck with scenes. Exactly. Oh, excuse me. Yes, I just want evil ghost. Again, exactly. Zach, what if they not only add more, but also revise characters' movements, like Marty, Skibby, and more? It's on the reboot of the original show, so those movesets also add more at the same time. I mean, so you'd want the main 12's movesets to be reworked? I feel like it's kind of weird, because then it's like, okay, you have like, let's say 100 characters. And then of like the 89 that were in the previous game, 12 got reworked, but the rest of them stayed as is. If you're gonna rework characters' movesets, I feel like you gotta rework most of the characters. And at that point, that's just too much work. Like, that's just too much work. Because, I mean, that's 100 characters, so you have to make individual movesets for, which I get it. Like, you know, that's what they did with Ultimate. But, like, that was over the course of years, where it's like, they had moves, like, most of the movesets are, for most of these characters, are similar to movesets they had for years. So, I don't know. I don't know about that one, Chief. Why need to destroy the Dark Moon if you can control the ghost to begin with? I don't know. I'm probably going to stream for another, like, 10-15 minutes, so make sure to get any last minute comments in before I start wrapping up, because I need some water. I forgot my water when coming and starting up here, because my throat's getting dry. And it's 2025, I want like 16 common ghosts and not just the variations either. Like, exactly, hold on, let me pull up, like, it was funny, like, how it really hit me during, when I was doing my collab video with Triss, where we were ranking the common ghosts. Like, let me port over here. Like, by this point in the video, it looks like, yeah, by this point in the video, we were halfway through the video, and we had just finished the first game's ghosts. Like, granted, some of them were, like, the elementals and whatnot, but, like, let's see, we had the garbage can ghost, like, talking about unique ghosts here. Garbage can ghost, grabbing ghost, the ceiling ghosts, Mr. Bones, we had, the twirler, shy guy ghost, pink, the purple puncher, gold ghost, waiter ghost, which, you know, sure, you can count that. That's 9 already. And now that doesn't include variations. Dark Moon had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks like on this list. So 7. So 9 down to 7. And then obviously down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like you reduced your common ghost count by half, but the game's longer, so you're focusing more on those common ghost combat, especially because like the first game didn't rely much on the common ghost combat. I mean, it did, but like a lot, like half of the rooms had portrait ghosts in them. So it's like, you know, portrait ghosts were as main of an enemy, really, as, or portrait ghosts were as common of an enemy as the common ghosts were. It's just that obviously there were more common ghosts. Like, there is, like, you know, there's a lot more common ghosts. But, like, even still, like, I don't know, like, it just felt like okay, like, you know, like, they did it, so, like, you know, like, Goob, Hammer, Oozer, Slinker, Trapper, ha, Ghost, funny, but it's like, cool, you made a cool naming convention, but at the same time, you reduced the ghost count by half. And it's like, what they did, what I feel like they kind of did, like, is they took functions from, like, let's say the first game's ghosts, and compacted multiples into singular ghosts. So, like hammers, for instance, are a mixture of the purple punchers and the blue twirlers, whereas they're the big and strong ghosts. So they take on both of those properties. I mean, goobs are just gold ghosts. But then you have like the sneakers that are like a mixture of like the ceiling surprises in terms of their design, the grabbing ghosts in terms of their function, the hallway ghosts in terms of the fact that they just kind of come up and scare you. Like, I'd rather have individual ghosts that all do distinct individual things than have fewer ghosts where all of them do multiple. I mean, don't even get me started on the slinkers, or on the oozers. They're a mixture of the garbage can ghosts for throwing things, as well as the ceiling surprise, because I believe they sometimes throw bombs. Then you have, like, they're also basically the hiders. So it's like, you know, it's like, I don't know. Let's see here. Keep in mind, wait, okay, let's continue the game. So I'm gonna tell them that 4 years development, meaning there'll be plenty of time to rework what the characters' movesets in addition to adding more. Well, that's the thing also. I mean, 3 or 4 years, whatever it ends up being, like, sure, but like, from the ground up, like, if they were using the same engine and importing a lot, like, sure? Because then you have to create all the new characters and all that, but I don't know. Like, again, I still don't think it really makes sense to... Like, maybe I'll do a video someday where it's like, if they reduced the Smash Brothers roster to, like, 30... You don't even do that right now. I'll do that as my last little thing. Let me... Hold on, let me pull up... Let's see. Let me see here. Really? Is there not just like a single roster? No. Oh, that's music. Well, I guess this is fun because it has... Okay, so let me do this real quickly. I'll do this before we end off. I don't want this ad. Get this ad out of here either way. Here is every single Smash character we have, right? Every single Smash fighter we have. I'm just going to put them all in G just because it's right here. The characters, obviously, they bring back Mario. And what I'm going to do is let's say the new Smash game has 40 characters. And 5 of them are newcomers. So I'm going to choose 35 characters to bring back. So I think the main 12 would be there. So Mario, Luigi. Oh, God. I got to remember all the main 12. Mario, Luigi. Okay, they counted Ice Climbers as 2 separate things. Oh, God. Mario, Luigi. Frick. Donkey Kong, Yoshi. Ness. Where's Pikachu? Ness. Oh, Captain Falcon. Ness. Who else? They didn't put them in order. Star Fox. They didn't put these in order, which makes this hard. Oh, the DLC ones look like they were in order, but like none of the other ones are. Kirby, thank you. I think that's it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, I'm missing 3. Oh, Ice Climbers are here. All right, who are the other ones? Who are the other characters? Jigglypuff was one, I think. Samus, I think, was one. Means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That means one more. Who's the other one, everyone? Who's the other one? Oh, duh. Freaking Link. Where's Link? I'm an idiot. See, Toon. I saw Toon Link. You know what? I'm gonna put Toon Link up there because first of all, I can't see Link because I think I'm just an idiot and I can't see Link. But also, like, if they're gonna bring back Link, like, here's the thing, right? With characters like Mario and Link that have like different alts, right? Like there's like Dr. Mario and all of that. Like, you know, like even down here, right? There's freaking for Link, there's Toon Link and all of that, and like Dr. Mario. Like, they can just all condense that to one character. Like, they can make Dr. Mario an alt for Mario, or Toon Link an alt for regular Link. You know, all that jazz. Link is next to Little Mac. Well, where's Little Mac? Oh, there. Okay, there he is. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so that's 12 characters already. Let's say they want to add some more safe characters. So let's add Bowser. Bowser's a safe character. I'd say Peach is a safe character. I'd say, who else would I consider safe? I'd say King DDD is probably safe. I would say, who else? Villager is probably safe. Who else of these characters is safe? I would say maybe Isabelle. Inkling's probably safe. How many are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18. Who else would be safe? Yeah, I'll throw Sonic in there. I'll throw Pac-Man. Actually, no, I won't throw Pac-Man in there. I don't think Pac-Man would be safe comparatively to some of these other ones. I'll throw in Meta Knight. I'll throw in Diddy Kong. I'll even throw in K. Rool and Bowser Jr. I'll throw in, obviously Ganondorf. Obviously, where's Zelda? Where is Zelda? There we go. So sorry. So let's see. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 10 more. So 10 more characters. Let's say they decide to include. I mean, like, this is already, like, you know, pretty easy. Like, you know, I think a lot of these characters can be cut. I'll add in Daisy. I'll add in Ice Climbers as one. I'll add in, okay, I'll add in some Fire Emblem now. Roy. Where's Byleth? I feel like Byleth could be added in there. It's Byleth. That's Byleth, right? God, I'm horrible with the Fire Emblem characters. And maybe Corrin from, right, Corrin, right? Xenoblade. Okay, 5 more characters I can add, I think. Oh, Kid Icarus, of course. Marth got, oh yeah, where's Marth? Also, hey, Alec, where's Marth? Is this Marth? Let's see, who else would be safe? Oh, Shulk, listen, okay, listen. I don't know Xenoblade. I don't know Fire Emblem. I just remember the name Corrin. I should have known Shulk. Admittingly, I should have known Shulk. Let's see. Yeah, I'd say Pokemon Trainer as well, actually. Okay, so that's what? 2 more characters. This is 33. 11, 22, 33. So that's 2 more characters. I would say, see, this is where it gets tough. Because, like, obviously, because obviously there's a lot of Mario characters I've included, like Rosalina and Wario. I think there's one more that I'm missing, right? Yeah, well, Piranha Plant is getting cut. Piranha Plant's getting cut. Zero Suit, like, there's a lot of characters that'd be cut if they reduce it down, admittingly. But, like I said, a lot of things could be alts. Like, Zero Suit Samus could easily just be an alt for Samus. Same with Dark Samus, you know? And then you have, like, what other characters? Like, Link, I said, could have a lot of alts. Ganondorf can have some alts. So let's say, who should the other 2 characters be? I'd say, Alright, so let me go through the list. Well, because Charizard Charizard, Squirtle, and Blastoise. Or no, not Blastoise, sorry. Whatever this one is. I forgot the name. They are part of Pokemon Trade, so that doesn't count. Bayonet would be cut. Cloud would be cut. This is Corrin? Don't kill me. Cut. Dark Pit could be an alt for Pit. Dark Samus could be an alt for Samus. Dr. Mario could be an alt for Mario. Duck Hunt Dog, cut. Falco, cut. No, it's just because Star Fox isn't this big anymore, so also Wolf would also be cut. Greninja just isn't the topical Pokemon anymore, so cut. I don't know any of these people. Not getting also something is like condensed Smash. Well, I'm only considering like that's why I said if the next game Smash game has 40 characters, there would be guessing 5 new spots. That would be all new characters. So I'm talking about the other 35 that would be returning from the previous games. I have very different ideas for cuts. I mean, listen, I'm just saying, like, these are, I feel like all of these are pretty safe, because, like, I feel like Nintendo would want to keep all of their Kirby characters, so Kirby, DDD, and Meta Knight are safe. The main Mario crew are safe, so Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Peach, Bowser. Bowser Jr. I could actually see being cut, to be honest. Bowser Jr. and even Diddy Kong, I'd say, can even be in the cutting, like, they're on the chopping block. Even K. Rool, I'd even say. Because K. Rool's relevant. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cut K. Rool. I'm actually going to cut K. Rool. I'm actually going to replace K. Rool with Wario. And then... Because I can go back to the list. Duck Hunt Dog, cut. Falco, cut. Greninja, cut. Whoever this Fire Emblem character is, cut. Incineroar, cut. Ivysaur, right? That's this Pokemon, right? Ivysaur? Did I get that right? Whatever. It's part of Pokemon Trainer, so whatever. Ken, cut. Link is... I put Toon Link up there, whatever. Little Mac, probably cut. Lucario. Lucario's a big one, though. But that's the trouble, is I feel like they just replace things like Lucario, Mewtwo, whatever, with more topical Pokemon. Like, more relevant Pokemon, I should say. Lucas, cut. Cut. Mega Man would probably be cut. Mewtwo would probably be cut. Mies, I would assume, would be cut. Game & Watch, I can kind of see. Oh, Olimar would probably be in there, actually. Olimar would be in there. Pac-Man is, like, borderline. Palutena is probably borderline. Pichu would probably be cut. Piranha Plant would be cut. Is that... I don't even know who that is. Cut. Ridley would probably, unfortunately, be cut. Rob would probably be cut. Cut. Ryu would be cut. Sheik would probably, kind of like in Melee, be like an alt for Zelda. Simon and Richter Belmont would probably be cut. Oh, that's Richter, right. Simon and Richter Belmont would be cut. Snake would probably be cut. Squirtle is part of Pokemon Trainer. I would have Toon Link be an alt skin for Link. Wii Fit Trainer. Such a meme pick, but cut. Wolf, cut. Zero Suit Samus, I'd have be an alt for Samus. Ice Climbers, I already put them both up there. But they're also borderline. They're also very borderline. Rosalina, I'll throw Rosalina in there for now. Joker, cut. Hero, cut. Banjo, cut. What's his name? From freaking Fatal Fury. Punchy Hands, cut. That's what I'm calling that. Min Min, I just don't feel like Arms was successful enough to warrant her to come back again. Steve, cut. Sephiroth probably cut. Pyra and Mithra, maybe, but I don't think so. I think, let's see, if I have to throw in one more character, I'll throw in... let me see, I'll throw in, I think, another third party, because I got Sonic in there. I'll throw in Pac-Man. I think this is, at least in my personal opinion, why would they cut all the iconic gaming characters, though? Like, which ones? Because for a lot of them, like Hero, like Banjo, like Sephiroth, like Steve, like Sora, licensing is my big one. Like, licensing. But, I mean, like, besides those big third-party ones that got added in like, the expansion pass, whatever, how many of these characters are really iconic. I mean, like I said, like for the ones like Toon Link and Link Breath of the Wild Link and Dr. Mario, like those would be alternative skins for already existing on the list characters. I mean, yeah, there are some big ones being cut, like some Fire Emblem reps, like Ridley's a big one, but like if you're gonna cut your roster down, there's a lot of characters you'd have to cut in the process too. Leaving Steve, Snake, Sephiroth, and Bayonetta on the table. I mean, okay, yeah, actually, I could replace. Now, because thinking about it, Bayonetta actually, I think technically is one of Nintendo's now, so Bayonetta could still be in there. So I'm gonna switch out Ice Climbers for them. But I mean, like, here's the thing, right? You also have to keep in mind I'm narrowing it down to 35. So yes, there's a lot of characters that I'm cutting. But like, really, is there anyone on this list that you see right here that should be cut? Like, I'd debatably cut, like, Jigglypuff and Captain Falcon due to lack of relevancy, but because they were, like, part of the first 12 in Smash, I wouldn't cut them just because of that, and even Ness as well. Bayonetta isn't really Nintendo, but I think Nintendo, not that they own Bayonetta, but, like, Bayonetta is, like, technically one of theirs now, I think. Meta Knight? I can see Meta Knight being cut. Thanks for saving Ness. I mean, I'm keeping Ness because he's part of the main 12. Like Mario, Luigi, DK, Yoshi, Pikachu, Falcon, Ness, Fox, Kirby, Jigglypuff, Samus, and Link are all the core 12. And I just think they're all just safe on principle. Cloud has to be in. See, I don't think so. I feel like if Nintendo reboots Smash Brothers, that they're gonna focus a lot less on third party, which is why I didn't really focus too much on it. Like, I do think third party is possible, which is why I'm keeping Sonic and Pac-Man in here. Because Sonic and Pac-Man, I feel like, are two... Like, Sonic is just Sonic, of course. And then Pac-Man and Nintendo have worked together on, like, the Mario Kart arcade games. So, like, I could see it. But with characters, I mean, Banjo would be a great one to get again. It would be great to have Banjo back again. Trust me, it kills me not putting Banjo on the list. Like, I'm not cutting Banjo because I'm like, oh, Banjo doesn't deserve to be there. Of course he deserves to be there. But it's just, for me, like, kind of just what I think Nintendo would generally do. As well as how it'd be 60. I don't think it'd be that big. If they're gonna reboot the series, I feel like if they're gonna reboot the series and start from scratch and grow from there, I think starting with a smaller roster again just makes sense. As much as it would suck. I mean, 40 characters, like this is 35 here. But 40 rosters for a fighting game isn't really even that bad. We're just so used to such a big roster. Oh, I see normal. Yeah, I couldn't find normal Link earlier, so I put Toon Link in his place. But that's what I mean. It's like all the Links, I feel like you could literally just have them be palette swaps of each other. Like, rather than having, like, different colors of Mario and Link, you can have the alternate versions, like Dr. Mario and Builder Mario and all of that. And, like, you know, Toon Link and Young Link and all of that. Just, like, swapped out, but all of them being in the same character box. I think Lucario and Mewtwo. Oh, Mewtwo was cut for the longest time. But I think, like, the only reason I'm not putting more Pokemon on here, like Mewtwo, Lucario, and, I mean, obviously, we already got basically 5 Pokemon reps with Jigglypuff, Pikachu, and Pokemon Trainer that has Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. So it's like you got most of the main Pokemon bases covered, so then the other Pokemon spaces can be filled by the new relevant Pokemon at the time. Like one of the new starters would probably be a new character. Like if they were to add new characters, probably something like Waluigi, a new Pokemon, like the new Pokemon starter. If there's a new Nintendo IP, probably that. I'm trying to think of other, you know, main characters. I mean, those are the main ones. I think, I don't know. Hey, Rico, how you doing? Pokemon next. Ooh, that'd be cool. Yeah, someone from Gen 9 or 10. Yeah, like one of the newer Pokemons. I think losing third party to go against Smash's DNA. At this point, in terms of attainability, the only characters not possible is TK. Well, that's the thing, right? Also, is I feel like it just kind of became third party. Smash's DNA wasn't inherently third party. Like, yeah, in Brawl, they added a few. Like, they added, like, Snake and Sonic and all of that. But they didn't really start going third-party crazy until really the DLC for Smash for Wii U. Like, that's when they added Cloud. I'm pretty certain that's when they added Cloud. And they added a couple other third-party characters. And then, obviously, they doubled down on it with Ultimate. But if they're going to, like, restart it, if they're going to rebrand and refresh, I feel like having too many... Kind of like the problem with, like, if you want to make a Mario Kart, like a Nintendo Kart. I feel like the problem is, if you want to add a lot of these third-party characters in, then you'd have to cut a lot of the first-party characters. Like, let's say that the roster's 35, right? And let's say we add in... Let's say we add in 4 more characters. Let's say we add in Steve, Banjo. Where's Cloud? Cloud, and out of this lot, let's say Sora. Sure. Like, let's say, okay, now we have all these characters, but now we gotta cut 4 of the characters. Well, which characters are we gonna cut? And then you gotta choose which of the Nintendo characters do you not want to show up. And I mean, I guess you can, well, Pac-Man counts a third party as well, so we'd obviously have to keep him. So we'd obviously have to cut probably someone like Bowser Jr. Probably be cut. Same with Meta Knight. Same with, and again, we're keeping the core 12. So I'd say probably Rosalina, probably. And this person. I forget their name. And then there you go. Then you just cut these 4 Nintendo characters to make room for these other third-party ones, which I feel like, and that's only a handful of third-party ones, right? Like, that's not even a lot. So I don't know if Nintendo would want to go the full, like, let's really dive into getting more third-party characters in there. I'm not sure if they'd want to do that. Crom, thank you. I don't play Fire Emblem, okay? I don't know all the freaking names. I don't know all of them. I just kind of threw, like, I knew Roy. But, like, yeah. Do you see my message, Zach? Let's see. One way I could see your theory working, Zach, is if they had the roster of 35 characters to start and they gradually added the game to this of 8 to 10 characters. I mean, I can see them doing DLC. Like, if they started with 35 to 40 and then added some more over DLC, of course. I just don't think they do, like, a refresh of a Smash game where they try things a little bit differently and do, you know, not like a reset on the franchise, but, like, try to shake things up a little bit and have it be as big as, especially if it's a more experimental title. I feel like they wouldn't take the risk of adding all of these characters for something that's a little more experimental. I don't think they do it. So, I don't think there'd be that many characters. See here, you should swap Roy for Marth. Marth, this is... Which one's Marth? That one's Marth, right? This is Marth. Fine. Marth up there, Roy down. There. I think that's Marth, right? Blue hair. So yeah. So I mean, personally, I think that this is the most realistic. Yeah, I think this is the most real, in my humble opinion. Obviously, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Everyone can make their own lists. If you want to make it and share it to me on Twitter, then sure. Like, you know, I'll look at your list. I mean, I'll even give you the link. Here, there's the link. So if you wanted to make your own list of characters, of 35 characters you think would make it into Smash, I mean, go for it 100%. I mean, that's the thing, right? At the end of the day, when you're cutting over half the roster, obviously there's going to be disagreements. Obviously there's going to be characters where people don't understand why you picked what you picked. Like, that's just going to happen. But I don't know. Like, I just feel like it still covers most of the main Nintendo franchises. I don't think I cut any main Nintendo franchise. Obviously I cut like Duck Hunt and Rob and Ice Climbers and Game & Watch. Like, okay, yeah, those ones cut. But I mean, like, you know, you got the Marios, you got the main Mario cast, you got the Kirby cast, you got the main Zelda cast, you know, Link, Zelda, Ganondorf, the main characters. You got Samus, which again, Ridley would be cut, but like, you know, is what it is. You got Kirby, DDD, Meta Knight, standard 3 characters from Kirby. I think Zach should be a fighter. Did my own list and it was something to cut it down to 40. It's hard to cut it down because there's so many characters that you can still see the validity of them being in it. Like, I understand why a character, for example, I'm trying to pick someone out. I mean, like freaking Ridley could be in there. Could it just be another villain? Like, I could see them adding Ridley back in. Ridley is a tough cut. Same with Ice Climbers even, just because they've been around for so long. You know, and, you know, even, like, let me see here. Even the me characters, I could see them being, like, you know, and Wolf and K. Rool. Like, I could see why they'd be hard. And I guess I'm kind of cheating because I'm considering alts. Like, you know, like, regular Link and Toon Link and all of that. But, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess the only big franchise that kind of cut is ARMS, if you count that. I mean, that's a more just of a modern... But yeah, that's my list of characters. I think if they did a new Smash game and they reduced it down to 35 characters, 35 returning characters, I should say, not counting 5 potential new ones, I think this would be the list, in my humble opinion. But again, you know, everyone's entitled to their differences. I didn't think we'd actually go into a conversation about Smash Brothers, but here we are. See my message. I'll look up now. I mean, so mad Sora got cut. I wanted for so long. Well, that's the thing, right? Sora. The whole reason Sora got delayed, well, or not delayed, but like Sora. There's such a legal. Sora is a legal like enigma. Like, there's so much stuff with Sora that it's understandable. So like, I get the you know, characters getting cut is never fun. Like, I get that. But when you have an ultimate that is self-proclaimed ultimate, where it's like, it's ultimate. This is the top. This is the best that we're going to give you in terms of the amount of characters and the amount of stages. This is the biggest. You can expect that there's going to be things cut from the next one. Smash Brothers itself has cut characters before. Snake got cut from a game. I guess technically 2 games. Let's see. Mewtwo got cut. Dr. Mario got cut. Lucas got cut. Like, a lot of characters have been cut from Smash Brothers. It's nothing new. It's just that if they're going to do a reset on the franchise, or not, I don't want to say revival, because that doesn't really make sense. But like, they're gonna refresh the franchise, then yeah, a lot of characters are gonna get cut. Like, it's just the way it's gonna be. Like, could they do 50 characters? Sure, I guess, you know, then you can add 15 more characters in, but then there's still a lot of characters that are still being cut still. Like, nearly half the roster. So, you know. So that's, and you know, and that's the thing also. If there is a new Smash Brothers game, right, for the Switch 2, let's say, and the Switch 2 is backwards compatible, I wouldn't even care that a bunch of characters got cut, because guess what? You could still play a Smash game with all of these characters. You can still play that on the very same system. Right? Like, you could... It's not like, you know, you're gonna have this new Nintendo console and you can't play a Smash game with Sora or Banjo in it. You can. It's just a different Smash game. It's... To me, I just don't... Like, it's almost like with, like, Mario parties, right? With the Mario Party games on, like, the GameCube. Koopa Kid is my favorite character to play. But he's not in 2 of the installments. He's not in 4, and he's not in 7 as a playable character. So, if I want to play as Koopa Kid, then obviously I end up leaning more towards 6 and 5. That's why I like those ones so much, because Koopa Kid is playable. And I'm not, like, so grumpy that Koopa Kid isn't playable in 4 or 7. Because he's playable in 5 and 6. I can play it on the GameCube. I can still play it on the GameCube. So I don't know. Like, to me, it doesn't matter as much. Like, it doesn't matter as much because of the fact that you could still play, assuming the Switch 2 is backwards compatible, you can still play all of those characters. You can still play all of those stages on the same exact console as a new Smash Brothers game. But the new Smash Brothers game is probably going to try different things. And it's going to be different. And as much as I'm not a huge fan of vast change, and I'm assuming it's not going to be a vast change, but if half the character roster gets cut, like, how many, hold on, what was the, hold on, how many characters were playable in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U? It says 2 playable characters. That's obviously not correct. At least 2. Let's see. Veterans 37, newcomers 21. 37 plus 21 is 68. So, okay. So, that's like barely noticeably less than Smash Bros. For Wii U, which is the last Smash Bros. Game. So, in my humble opinion, if a lot of characters get cut from the next Smash Bros. Game because they decide to go in a different direction, you know, to try something out new with the franchise, because Ultimate, you can't really beat it. Like, I don't know. Like, eventually the Galaxy guy to go for a less is more approach. Like, that's the thing. If they focus on making less characters, but like, let's say they bring back trophies, where like a lot of the cut characters maybe you can get as a trophy, or as an assist trophy, or as or they show up in other ways. Like, I don't care that much about that, to be honest. Like, yes, I loved playing as Banjo in Smash Bros. Ultimate. It sucks, but guess what? I can still play as Banjo in Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I can try out new characters in Smash Bros. New Smash Bros. Game. Hey Neil, how you doing? Smash Bros. Cutscenes, fun stories. Doesn't have to worry about characters jungle. I miss trophies. Yeah, like they could bring other things back to supplement the cut characters. Like, maybe you can get historic Nintendo characters like Duck Hunt Dog and Rob as, like, historical trophies that, like, commemorate Nintendo's past. And yeah, it's not the same as having a playable character. But still, Smash Brothers New, the new Smash Brothers game. One more question before you go, Zach? Of course, Brandon, go for it. But what new characters would I want added in for a Smash Brothers game I just saw? Honestly, Waluigi would be a fun new addition. I'd like to see a new Pokemon added, just something new, something fun. King Boo. I would love Luigi's Mansion to be distinguished as its own series. Kind of like Wario is distinguished as its own thing. Yoshi is. So I'd like Luigi to have his own distinguishment and have King Boo be added in. 2 other ones. I don't know. I mean, third-party wise, there's still a lot of cool characters to choose from, like Strat said, Master Chief. Trying to think. Yeah, that's most of the main ones, to be honest. When do you think Switch 2 is getting revealed? I can see it getting revealed either later this month or later this month or early next month, I can see. Oh, computer lag. Okay. Josh from Until Dawn, baby. Yeah, get Josh from Until Dawn. Or no, Sam in Just the Towel. The Sam in Towel from Until Dawn. That's why King Boo and Smash out of me. And, oh yeah, I'd make King Boo too. The Luigi's Mansion King Boo. I mean, I guess I could have the regular King Boos and all, but still. Tails would be pretty cool. Or Shadow. Or even Eggman. Kratos or Astrobot? Astrobot would be a really fun one, actually. Astrobot would be pretty fun. I think Nintendo will wait until next month to reveal because of the inauguration of Samsung. I don't think... the Samsung, like a Samsung phone event, I don't think is gonna hold Nintendo back because it's a phone. You know, it's not like in the same market as Nintendo's console. We get a lot more stages on recent games too. True, yeah, we can get, you know, new stages based on new games, maybe even in a different art style. Like, I would honestly, the biggest thing with the new Smash Brothers game, I would like to see it take on a new art style. I would like to see it take on a new direction, like in terms of the visuals. I don't know how, but just to make it like just, I don't know, just more unique, more distinct. Like, you know how like Melee had a very unique art style for the characters and all of that. I would like to see something kind of like, I mean, obviously not exactly like Melee, but like an art style that's distinct and different from the rest of the games on you know, for the Nintendo Switch 2 and all of that. Aloy, I mean, if they're gonna add PlayStation reps, Astrobot's obviously the biggest one. I mean, Aloy, however you say her name, is part of a rated M game. I mean, Snake is part of a rated M game. But I guess it would make more sense for them to do someone like Joel or Ellie from The Last of Us, because The Last of Us is huge. If they're going to go that route of the humanoid, you know, PlayStation characters. King Boo is kind of the next obvious choice for a Mario rep. Yeah, in my opinion, King Boo and like Waluigi, I think, are the two big ones, because like they got most of the main Mario characters that they need. I mean, like, you know, I don't expect them to add in Goomba or Koopa Troopa or Boo, but like King Boo as a main enemy makes sense. Waluigi as like the last of like the core, well, I call it like the core 8. Well, I guess Toad actually also counts for that, but I feel like Toad wouldn't be like that interesting of a pick. I feel like if anything, they should like pair Peach with Toad or Toad with Peach. So it's almost like an Ice Climbers thing where it's like Toad and Peach, or sorry, Peach and Toad. Because like Peach's moveset already integrates Toad. So. Only Boo Losses could be an alt right in the, or Boo Losses would be a really cool like final smash. Or like, you know, where King Boo gets really, really big. That'd be a really cool final smash for King Boo. I'll see a new Mario Wonder stage of Smash Brothers. That'd be cool with the singing flowers. See a Smash take on animation as expressive vibe as Mario Wonder. Smash game animated. Yeah, like just doing a different. It's already with Peach. Yeah. I realized that after I said it. But yeah, just different art style. I feel like just to spice it up a little bit. They're gonna reuse that because if they add Scorpion, they get Mortal Kombat for Street Fighter and Smash. That'd be kind of cool. Like, yeah, if they brought in Mortal Kombat, then yeah, they should definitely keep in like Ryu or Ken or something. Except Toad finally play it. All right, guys, I went on like half an hour longer than I said I was going to, but I'm tired now and my throat is like killing me, so I think I'm gonna head off now. But I would like to thank everyone for joining me on this Chaturday. I'm glad we had a really good and engaging Chaturday today. I'm going to try and do more Chaturdays, obviously, because like I said in the beginning, it's been like 2 weeks since I've done a Chaturday, or 2 weeks, oh my god, 2 months since I've done a Chaturday. So I'll try to do more Chaturdays, just gotta hope things get less busy. And announcements for those of you who missed them in the beginning, I'm not going to PAX East, I might be going to too many games, and just stay tuned for content coming up soon. Just working on a lot at the moment, so I'm really hoping that everything comes together and that we get some good content going soon. Go and check out yesterday's video if you haven't done so, talking about if Luigi's Mansion 4 could potentially be coming out this year. And then, of course, other videos from the past few months that have been coming out. I've been working really hard on making content, and I hope you all really like it all. So, thank you all so much for watching today's stream. Really hope you enjoyed. Time for me to get a drink of water, maybe take a quick nap, and then play some of The Last of Us Part 2. So until next time, you guys, I'll see you all later.